Assalamu alaikum, dear students of class 12th. Hope you are fine. As you know, yesterday we completed the lesson titled The Rattrap. In today's lesson, we will discuss the questions of the text of this lesson. Questions. Now let us start. Questions from the text. These are the solid questions. Think as you read. Question number first. From why did the peddler get the idea of the world being a rat trap? From where did the peddler get the idea of the world being a rat trap? Answer. The peddler had been thinking of his rat traps when suddenly he was struck by the idea that the whole world was nothing but a big trap. That the whole world was nothing but a big rat trap. It existed only to set baits for people. It existed only to set baits for people. It offered rich and joys. It offered rich and joys, shelter and food, heat and clothing in the same manner as the rat trap offered cheese and pork. As soon as someone let himself be tempted to touch the bait, it closed in on him, and then everything came to an end. Question number second. Why was he amused by his idea? Answer. His own life was sad and monotonous. He walked laboriously from place to place. The world had never been kind to him, so during his gloomy ploddings, this idea became his favorite pastime. He was amused how people let themselves be caught in the dangerous snare and how others were still circling around the bait. Now, question number three. Did the peddler expect the kind of hospitality that he received from the crofter? Answer. The crofter served his porridge for supper and tobacco for his pipe. He also played a game of cards with him till bedtime. This hospitality was unexpected, as the people usually made sour faces when the peddler asked for shelter. Question number 4. Why was the crofter so talkative and friendly with the peddler? Why was the crofter so talkative and friendly with the peddler? Answer. The crofter's circumstances and temperament made him so talkative and friendly with the peddler. Since he had no wife or child, he was happy to get someone to talk to in his loneliness. Secondly, he was quite generous with his confidence. Now, question number 5. Why did he show the 30 kronor to the peddler? Why did he show the 30 kronor to the peddler? Answer. The crofter had told the peddler that by supporting his cow's milk to the creamery, he had received 30 kronor in payment. The peddler seemed to double it, so his guest in order to assure his guest of the truth, he showed the 30 kronor to the peddler. Did the peddler respect the confidence reposed in him by the crofter? No, the peddler did not respect the confidence reposed in him by crofter. At the very first opportunity that he got, he smashed the window pane, took out the money, and hung the leather pouch back in its place. Then he went away. Think as you read. What made the peddler think that he had indeed fallen into a rat trap? The peddler realized that he must not walk on the public highway with the stolen money in his pocket. He went into the woods. He kept walking without coming to an end of the wood. Then he realized that he had fallen in the rat trap he had let himself be fooled by bait and had been caught in. Now another question is, why did the iron master speak kindly to the peddler and invited him home? Answer: the iron master walked closely up to the peddler. In the uncertain reflection from the furnace, he mistook a man. He mistook the man as his old regimental comrade, Captain Von Stahl. He addressed the stranger as Niels Olof, spoken, spoke, by, spoke very kindly and invited him home. Question number 3. Why did the peddler decline the invitation? Answer: the peddler knew that the ironmaster had mistaken him for his old regimental comrade. Secondly, he had stolen money, 30 kroner, 30 kroner. On him going to the ironmaster's residence would be like entering the lion's den, so he declined the invitation. Now again, thank you as read there are again the questions. Let's discuss these questions. What made the peddler accept Adla Willmanson's Willmanson's invitation? Answer: Miss Adla Willmanson's looked at the peddler quite compassionately. She noticed that the man was afraid. She assured him that he would be allowed to leave just as freely as he came. She requested him to stay with them over Christmas, even if his her family manner made the peddler feel confidence in her and accept her invitation. Again, there is a question: when did the ironmaster realize his mistake? Answer: next morning. The stranger was cleaned and well dressed. The valet had bathed him, cut his hair, and shaved him. He was led to the dining room for breakfast. The ironmaster saw him in broad daylight. It was impossible to mistake him for an old acquaintance now. Then the ironmaster realized his mistake and threatened to call the sheriff. Question number 4. How did the peddler defend himself against not having revealed his true identity? Answer: how did the peddler defend himself against not having revealed his true identity? Answer: the peddler explained that he had not tried to pretend as his acquaintance. He was not at fault. All along he had maintained that he was a poor trader. He had pleaded and begged to be allowed to stay in the forge. No harm had been done. By stay he was willing to put on his rags again and go away. Now question number 5. Why did Adela why did Adela still entertain the peddler even after she knew the truth about him? Answer: Adela did not think it proper on their part to chase away a human being whom they had asked to come to their house and had promised him Christmas cheer. She understood the reality of the peddler's life and wanted him to enjoy a day of peace with him. Hence, she still entertained the peddler even after knowing the truth about him. Question first, it is think as you read. Why was Adla happy to see the gift led by peddler? Answer: as soon as Adla opened the package of the gift, the contents came into his view. She found a small red wrap with three wrinkled 10 kroner notes and a letter addressed to her. The peddler wanted to be nice in return as she had been so nice to him all day long. He did not want her to embarrass it at the Christmas season by a thief. Question number 2. Why did the peddler sign himself as Captain Von Stale? Answer: the innocent was the Iron Master was has invited the the Iron Master has invited the peddler to his house, mistaking him for Captain Von Stale. He was welcomed there and looked after as captain even after the reality became known. The peddler got a chance to redeem himself from dishonesty ways by acting as an honorable captain. Now there are again questions. 1, 2. Let's explain these. How does the peddler interpret the act? How does the peddler interpret the act of kindness and hospitality shown by the crofter, the iron master, and his daughter? Answer: the peddler interprets the acts of kindness and hospitality shown by the crofter, the iron master, and his daughter differently. He cheats the crofter as he provides his company in his loneliness and helps him pass time. He wants to get a couple of kronors from the Iron Master, and is surprised at the contrasting style of behavior of father and daughter. He is touched by the kindness, care, and intervention of Atla on his behalf. Again, question: what are the instances in the story that show that the character of the Iron Master is different from that of the goddaughter in many ways? Answer: the Iron Master is impulsive, whereas the daughter is cool, logical, kind, and thoughtful. In certain light, in uncertain light, he, that is Iron Master, mistakes the stranger as his old regiment comrade. He invites him home and takes care of his feelings, clothing extra. When he sees him in broad daylight, he calls the man dishonest, demands an explanation, and is ready to call in the sheriff, that is executive. His daughter his daughter is more observant. She notices the fear of stranger and thinks that earlier he is a thief or a runaway prisoner. In spite of she is gentle, kind, and friendly to him. She threats him nicely. She treats him nicely even after knowing the mistake in dignity. Now she treats him nicely even after knowing the mistake in identity. Question number 3. The story has many instances of unexpected reactions from the characters to other behavior. Pick out the instances of these surprise. Answer: the peddler is surprised at the warm welcome, generous, super cheerful company, and intimate confidence by the crofter. The Iron Master addresses the peddler as Captain Von Stale. He is surprised when the Iron Master calls him Niels Olof. The Iron Master assumes his declining the invitation a result of embarrassment caused by miserable clothing. The peddler's comparison of the world to Rattrap makes the Iron Master laugh, and he drops the idea of calling in the ship. The peddler looks at Adla in boundless amusement when she tells him that the suit is a Christmas present. She also invites him to spend the next Christmas with them. She does all this even after knowing the mistake about his identity. The crofter is robbed by his guest, the rat trap peddler, in return of his hospitality. Thank you very much.